What's good, everybody? This is Jason of Auglitical. I'm just a man trying to bring common sense in a world where common sense isn't so common. So I wanted to hit some low-hanging fruit. I didn't want to go all crazy because I got to get back into the gist of things. I have not had a rig in a very long time. I actually don't even remember what my hotkey buttons are. I'm not even using the devices I would normally use, like standard device I would normally use. So I wanted this video just to be more of me just warming up. So let's get right into it, shall we?
Day in the life of a single woman who doesn't believe in marriage or want children. I spent most of my adult life in a long-term partnership that was safe and comfortable, but deep down I was starving for emotional connection.
Oh boy. And of course it's TikTok. Of course it's TikTok. So we're already 10 seconds in, and it's already with the bullshit. And I'm not here to bash this person unwarranted, but if you're paying attention, even 10 seconds in, you can't say you don't want children or marriage, and then follow up saying you were in a long-term partnership, and then with words like safe and comfortable. It doesn't make any type of sense. Like, this is off, right? None of this makes sense. This reminds me of that girl, that woman who basically won that law settlement thing against Donald Trump and was saying that he raped her, and her story completely falls apart, and it gets worse and worse the longer that she tries to prove that, he did these things. And at one point, she was on Anderson Cooper's show, and she was basically saying that thinking of rape is sexy and all of this, which is like, and he was like, we got to get her off the air. Like, they had to get her off of the air because it just doesn't make no sense. This person's not making no sense. And why can't you say relationship? Why did you say partnership? Were you in something that these kids call a situationship, where you found out looking back on the whole thing that you were doing that he was just probably fucking you and not caring about you, and you were okay with it? Anyway, let's continue.
For years, I ignored my gut feeling that I was deeply unhappy and hoped it would somehow magically get better. At the time, I couldn't fathom being happily single because I didn't even know it was a possibility. I'd never seen it represented before, not in the movies or shows that I watched or the stories I read, and most women I knew were either in a relationship or wanted one. Leaving was incredibly scary, but there was not a single morsel of regret once I finally ripped the band-aid off. Now I wake up every single day with immense gratitude that I'm no longer desperately trying to force an intimate connection with someone who can't reciprocate.
All right. Okay. Hey, quartering. All right. So, wow. 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 Just baby's first gaslight, right? It is scary how women will sit there and they will lie to themselves, and they just fake it until they make it, in this sake, or in this case, just self-destruction, right? And the problem is my willingness to listen to this type of shit. And I always do this, right? I always try to listen to these things with like, and be open minded. And it's still bullshit. It's still bullshit. Because after all of the things that she says, right? This person claims they're happy, right? They claim they found out this potential within themselves, and this hidden potential. And if that was true, right? Then more power to you. If you find happiness in not being in a relationship and you can actually be happy that way, by all means. But this is not the situation, and this is bullshit that this person's sprouting. And the biggest problem is this person sprouting this to people online. A person who is happy about that type, they wouldn't even share. They wouldn't even say anything like this. This is how you know it's bullshit. As they said in the end of their video, they were trying to force a bond with somebody that wouldn't and couldn't and refused to do it back. So what does that say? That doesn't say that, oh, you always been this way. What it says, and this is what I really think. This is what I think. All right, gather around the fire, kids. All right, listen to your favorite neighborhood misogynist, your favorite friendly neighborhood misogynist. I think she set her sights on some guy, and he only saw her as a fuck. That's probably what it was, right? I think she was okay with this because he probably was cute, good looking, probably tall, and that's the end of the list. That's the end of the list. And I say that because those are the requirements to get with 80% of the women. I, I, mm, well, depending, right? I would say a good 60 something plus percent of the women out there, 60-70% of the women, you just got to be tall and good look. You don't got to have nothing going on for yourself, and you can probably get a high number of women and don't got to do shit, and they will do everything for you. And that's probably what it was. She wanted to change him or something like that. Maybe I'm throwing things at the wall, but those are all of the requirements. And I think eventually she gave this man the ulti, and he was like, no way, fag. Like he just wasn't. I'm gonna chill with my bros, right? He probably like either that or she just wasn't special enough, and he was like, you know what? He said no, right? He probably saw that she was because just looking at this video, the fact of the matter that she's lying to herself this way, and she's also lying to thousands of viewers that's probably going to potentially watch this video and add it on to I'm the strong independent women thing until they turn 30, 40 or whatever like that. He probably saw that she was cuckoo. You know, she probably subscribed to too many feminist catalogs, and he was like, nah, you too destructive. You can't be in a relationship with me. You a ticking time bomb. I mean, and again, this is just coming up. This is just going off of this video. This is just going off of this video, and I don't, I don't know why I feel so strongly to say that, just based off of a 30-second video, right? But just based off of what she gave me. But you know what? Let's look at some of the comments.
Gratitude that
Decoy Post says, the more a girl posts inspirational quotes after a breakup, the worse she's doing. This is that times 1,000. Frank Bojazi says, this is like being a vegan and telling everyone about it. You secretly hate your life. Eugene says, no, because she need to record it for the world to see. No, because she needed to record it for the world to see. And I'm guessing that that's basically stating that no, she's not doing very well. Matt Roger Waters says, do happy people generally make videos about how happy they are? Asking because I'm in a pretty good mood this morning. Tyler Swift says, if I can't have Chad, I'm just going to get. And that's exactly what I think. I honestly think she put all her eggs in one basket for a dude who was not worth it. She probably pushed all the other good dudes to the side because she was laser focused on one guy who was not, who probably wouldn't even let her stay in the same house as him when he went to sleep, right? But you know what, guys? Let me know in the comments what you think. Maybe you think that this is a common woman W, right? Yes, Slay Queen and all that jazz. Anyway, I'm Jason. I'll catch you next time on Auglitical. Peace. How do I end the recording now? I don't even remember how to do this. I think it's this button.